Hello and welcome to the channel. Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a list video for you guys. So for this list, I'll be going over my top 15 favorite Demon Hunter songs. I've been listening to Demon Hunter since 2014, which I know some people might consider late because, well, I do realize that there's fans that have been listening to them a lot longer. But I also realize that there's people that didn't discover them till way after I did. So a lot of interesting stories you hear when you hear about people getting into Demon Hunter and when they did and what songs they started out with and what was their first album and things like that. You get a lot of different opinions as well when it comes to Demon Hunter. And I think that's one of the most interesting things about being in their fan base, you know? And I do think that Demon Hunter is a very underrated band as well. I think this band deserves way more attention. I think they deserve to be just as big as, you know, some of the more well-known metalcore bands like As I Lay Dying and Killswitch Engage. Now, is Demon Hunter really metalcore? Well, that is debatable because they kind of are their own thing, which is very interesting. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on that. Yeah, really enjoy their music. A lot of great songs from the band. So let's go ahead and get started with this list. So number 15, I have I Play Dead from Summer of Darkness. Probably my favorite on the album, and it is one of the more unique songs on the album. I just really dig the mix of heaviness and melody and things like that. It's just a really good one. Next, we have Lesser Gods, the closing track to the album War. Definitely one of the most unique songs on the War album. Probably the most unique song on the album, I would say. Very experimental for them, especially when you listen to Ryan's vocals in the song, but it's also very heavy as well. I mean, it's not so different that it doesn't sound like Demon Hunter, but yeah, it's different enough to make it unique, and it's a really good song. So next we have Cross to Bear from Extremist. Vicious song. One of their heaviest songs, probably. Maybe the heaviest song on the Extremist album. Really dig this one a lot. Next, we have Collapsing from The World is a Thorn. This was actually the song that got me into Demon Hunter, believe it or not. It's a really good one that's very accessible. So if you're someone that's, you know, already into hard rock and things like that, I would say check out this song if you're looking to check out the band. And I say that because this was my first Demon Hunter song, so I think it's a pretty good introduction. It's a real fun sounding song as well. So next we have Defense Mechanism from their upcoming album Exile. This song features Max Cavalera, and of course it's got to be on the list because, well, I am a fan of Max Cavalera's work. You know, I'm a big fan of Sepultura, and I also really like Soulfly. And I knew when I heard that Max Cavalera was going to be featured on a Demon Hunter song, I knew that this would be a hard hitter. I mean, it's a very heavy song, and I really dig it a lot. So next we have On My Side from the War album. One of the more accessible tracks on War for sure. Pretty accessible, also very catchy and melodic and things like that. It's not an overly complicated song. It is more on the simple side of things, but it's pretty good still, I think. Next, we have Someone to Hate from True Defiance. True Defiance, I think, is one of their best albums. Someone to Hate, easily one of my favorite Demon Hunter songs. It's very heavy, but it's also pretty melodic as well. Also very catchy as well. I mean, this band definitely showcases all that this band does, basically. I mean, this is, you could say, maybe the pinnacle Demon Hunter song because it basically establishes everything that this band does. Really great riff work, great vocal work, and harsh vocals from Ryan and things like that. It's just a really good song. Next, we have Infected from the debut. Definitely one of my favorites on that album, and I'm sure I can speak for a lot of people. It's a fan favorite from the album. Very nu metal influenced as well. Also heavy. Ryan's vocals are intense in this one. Definitely a good one. Next we have Artificial Light from Extremist. Always been one of my personal favorites from the Extremist album. This, I think, has some of the best riff work from the band. The guitars really do shine in this song, but yeah, it's also very heavy, pretty melodic at times. It's just a very good one. Next, we have Deteriorate, which is from the Triptych. Probably my favorite Demon Hunter album. This is easily one of their best ballads, I would say. It's a very unique song as well. One of the more unique songs on the Triptych, I would say. Very good guitar work and vocal work and everything like that. Next, we have Recuse Myself, which is from Peace. Now, the Peace album, I do think is one of their weakest albums, but this has always been one of my favorite Demon Hunter songs ever since first listen. And it's easily my favorite song on the Peace album. It's very different for the band. I mean, you could maybe make the argument that this is Demon Hunter's most experimental song. I mean, it's a very different one. I mean, it almost sounds like it could be a Knives song, Demon Hunter's other project. But yeah, really great song that also is very atmospheric, has some very strong melodies and things like that, and I've always enjoyed it. So next we have Not I from the Triptych. Probably one of the heaviest songs on the Triptych album, but it also doesn't stray away from being melodic at times. I mean, it's not completely absent of the melodies or anything like that. Yeah, very good song. So next we have 1000 Apologies. Of course, a fan favorite from the Triptych. Also a pretty accessible track. This was also one of my first Demon Hunter songs as well. I believe that this was the one that I actually heard right after Collapsing, but yeah, I've always really liked this song. Very strong melodies from Ryan and great instrumentation and things like that. It's just a good one. Next, Praise the Void from the upcoming album Exile. But of course, we haven't heard the studio version yet. The only version of this song that's available as of this moment is the resurrected version, and that's obviously the version that I'm placing on the list because, well, we haven't heard the other version yet, which we will very soon, of course. Beautiful song, really is. Really good one, very strong melodies in this song, great piano work and things like that. Always enjoyed it. I actually returned to this one a lot. It is probably one of my favorite Demon Hunter songs, and I'm not sure how popular that opinion is, but I've always enjoyed it. Number one, though, Dead Flowers. This is maybe my favorite Demon Hunter song of all time, actually. Always enjoyed it. This was the song that made me realize that I would be listening to this band for a very long time. I mean, I was blown away by this song, actually, when I first listened to it all those years back. It's a very good one. It's, of course, one of their ballads. Great vocal work from Ryan. This song definitely has some of Ryan's best vocal work. Also some of their best guitar work as well, especially when you listen to the solo in this song. It's very memorable, very catchy. You just want to sing along to it every time it comes on. I mean, it's just a very great song. So, Dead Flowers. Well, there you have it. That's my list of my top 15 favorite Demon Hunter songs. So let me know what you guys think. Are you a fan of these guys? What are your favorite songs from the band? Feel free to let me know. So on that note, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Take care.